Law enforcement issuing a warning tonight to parents about a new concern with Halloween only days away.
Child is out of a Portland hospital now after she was hurt last night biting into a piece of candy that had a razor.
True Halloween stories about disturbed individuals who have deliberately and permanently ruined the holiday for many innocent people who just wanted to have a good time. While not everyone loves the scary side of Halloween, devouring buckets of candy has a special place in many people's hearts. Unfortunately, there can be a dark side to something as seemingly innocent as distributing pre-wrapped candy to eager children in creative costumes. Laced candy refers to candy that may have been tampered with or infused with harmful substances like poison or drugs, even sharp items and other small but dangerous things. The idea that there are malicious individuals intentionally going out of their way to lace children's candy has long been the subject of widespread concerns and various urban legends. So, what does laced candy look like, you might wonder? Well, the short answer is that laced candy can look nearly identical to many standard candies. Marijuana edibles will almost never be in the shape of a cannabis leaf, and opioid or prescription medication laced sweets won't simply be riddled with whole pills. Next up, I have a few documented cases that I have found involving some truly dark-minded people, starting way back in the late 1950s, with each new case bringing us closer to the present day. On Halloween night, 1959, a California dentist had much more sinister intentions. For the unfortunate children that visited Dr. William Shine's house that evening, he passed out handfuls of white heart-shaped, sugar-coated candy. Later that night, local children experienced vomiting and diarrhea after consuming the treats. It was quickly discovered Dr. Shine's candies were actually laxatives. Approximately 30 children developed symptoms, but none were seriously harmed. As a result of his actions, Dr. Shine was charged with outrage of public decency and unlawful dispensing of drugs. His dental license was revoked for 2 years. A woman from Long Island, 1964, was apparently annoyed by all the children she deemed too old for trick-or-treating, and made special treats for them. She gave out arsenic ant poison, dog biscuits and steel wool pads that she had wrapped in tinfoil as a joke after a group of teens she felt were too old for trick-or-treating came to her house. She was sent by a judge to a state hospital for the insane, and later charged with child endangerment and pled guilty, though she was adamant that she never intended to cause harm. 13 cases reported of children in New Jersey, 1968, finding razor blades in apples they received while trick-or-treating. In 75% of these cases, the children were uninjured. However, fear of these razor blade apples was so strong that the state passed a law to criminalize tampering with Halloween candy. 1970, a 5-year-old boy from Detroit died from a heroin overdose after his family sprinkled the drug on his candy to hide the fact that he had accidentally ingested his uncle's stash. In 1974, Texas, Ronald Clark O'Brien poisoned his own son with Halloween candy, dubbing him the man who killed Halloween. Timothy O'Brien, an 8-year-old boy, died after eating a pixie sticks laced with cyanide, which his father, Ronald Clark O'Brien, had poisoned to collect $40,000 on insurance money. O'Brien also gave poison candy to other children to cover his tracks. Luckily, none of the other children had eaten the cyanide-laced straw. O'Brien was eventually convicted for murdering his son and was executed by lethal injection shortly after midnight in March 1984. While his crime was certainly a horrific one, it was hardly the sort of random poisoning that parents fear. And before we continue, let me know in the comments if you have a story about suspicious Halloween candy. In 2000, a 49-year-old man named James Joseph Smith from Minneapolis took the demented time to stuff needles into Halloween candy. He handed out Snickers bars to local children that he had filled with needles. His crime did not result in any fatalities, but one 14-year-old boy was pricked by a needle when biting into the candy. Smith was later charged with one count of adulterating a substance with intent to cause death, harm, or illness. Also in 2000, a California postal worker accidentally handed out bags of marijuana to trick-or-treaters. It was an innocent enough mistake. The man, whose name was never released, had found a bag of Snickers back in the dead letter office and thought he wouldn't let them go to waste. So with Halloween right around the corner, he took the bag home to distribute the candy bars to trick-or-treaters. It was only when the kids got home and unwrapped their treats that the marijuana was spotted, further fueling rumors and urban legends of people trying to poison kids every Halloween by a candy. In 2012, Donald Jr. Green, a man from United Kingdom, did accidentally hand out Coke on Halloween, because apparently he had mistaken them for bags of Haribo gummy candies. He handed bags of cocaine to a police officer's children out trick-or-treating on Halloween night. The man, 23-year-old Donald Jr. Green, was sentenced to 130 hours of community service and lost all the $320 worth of coke he had bought earlier that day. One boy found a razor blade in a sealed M&M bag in 2013. A 12-year-old Pennsylvania boy opened a miniature bag of M&Ms to discover a 1-inch disposable razor. Oddly enough, the package didn't show any signs of tampering. The boy was unable to pinpoint which house the candy came from, because according to him, every other house I think I got a pack of M&Ms from. In 2015, 3 Canadian children received tainted candy on Halloween. The incident involved an 11-year-old girl in Toronto who bit into a chocolate bar only to find a razor inside. She was the 3rd child in the city to find a sharp object in her Halloween candy that year. In 2018, children in 2 states found sewing needles in their candy. 2 children trick-or-treating in Marshfield, Massachusetts, found sewing needles hidden within their Twizzlers candy. That same Halloween, a mother in Tennessee also reported finding a sewing needle in her child's candy. None of the children were injured, but Marshfield police did tell everyone to throw out all Twizzlers candy just to be safe. Alright, so I'm really sorry for poisoning your Halloween spirit with this video. But hey, since this channel is all about the weird, the strange and the mysterious, I figure why not. Anyway, let's wrap things up with some funny Reddit comments debating whether tampered candy is just an urban legend. And then end on a lighter note with a cute guinea pig enjoying some fruit. Thanks so much for watching, I hope you made it to the end. Don't forget to subscribe for more strange and weird content, and of course, happy Halloween. Bye.